baby. It's 100 episodes of Classroom Crush. Oh, that's a lot of hours of me talking. God, does it keep me up at night sometimes just thinking about how many hours there are of me just like talking. And also just like that I started this when I was like 22. So just like hours of me talking as a 22-year-old. Dangerous. Start with the later episodes if you're new. And then never go back. No, man, wow. It's been 100 episodes. It's been 5 years. What? I don't know what's math. I started in 2017 and then I took 2 years off. Is that the math? The running theme on this season of Classroom Crush is that I can't do basic math. So we're fine. So it's fine. And it's 100 episodes. And yeah, what to say? I love doing this show. I think everybody should listen to this show. I think it's good. And I love all of my guests and I love all of my listeners. And here's to 100 more. Just kidding. I don't know about that. Sounds pretty daunting. We'll see. We're going to need a podcast studio and stuff like that. We're going to probably need a little bit of money in this to get. No, I mean, I would love to do it for the passion, but also, you know, we got to be realistic, folks. And that's why this season of Classroom Crush is getting crazy. This is the episode where it all explodes. And you're like, okay, it's 100 episodes. What you got in store for me, Rebecca? Who I have in store for you today is someone that, and I'm making sure that I'm recording because I definitely recorded the other day like 5 minutes not recording, you know? And that's how we know even 100 episodes in, we're always learning. Today you're like, okay, who is this? And I'm going to tell you who it is. And if you're an OG fan of the show, and if you're a new fan of the show, probably you still also have heard about her because I talk about her all the goddamn time. Before I get into who she is to me, I will have you know that she is a cook, a chef, a recipe developer. She will make the most delicious arroz con pollo you've ever eaten. She will mix you a nice cocktail. She knows about her wines. She makes delicious food. She is working in the food industry. She deserves a Food Network show of her own. Do we still watch Food Network? Yes. But who cares about all of that when really she is my Aunt Patty, who's a year older than me, who is like my best friend and like my sister. You know how I've explained her in the past. How do you do it? Because I feel like I do it really fast. It's almost like introing this podcast. Like, yeah, my Aunt Patty, who's a year older than me, she's like my best friend. We're really close. You know?
Yeah, I'm always like, yeah, my niece, but she's only a year younger than I am. And like we grew up as like sisters.
Yeah, it's a whole preamble. It's fucking Patty, bitch. I should have gotten a sound effect for this.
You should have.
Oh my God. I'm so excited to introduce you to the classroom, the listeners to you and you to the listeners of Classroom Crush. Yeah, you're like a little sick and you're still podcasting for me. Thank you.
I am drinking a beer, but to celebrate this momentous moment, I mean, I really did get chills when I read your text. I was like, oh my God.
Really? Well,
I feel so honored.
Duh. I always wanted you on and then I didn't know when. And then I was like, oh, I have 100 episodes now. It's now.
I can't believe it's been 100.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't believe it's been 100 and I'm not rich and famous off of it yet. Yet. But I do have some, I've got some patrons. Patty, obviously, I love you so much. I feel that the audience loves you so much. I feel like my Twitter follower, anyone who's like known me, from a distance or whatever, they know about you. They're fans. Patty has fans. Patty definitely has fans. How do you feel about that?
I love that. I think actually one time, I don't know where we were like, someone came up to you, like, oh my God, are you like Rebecca from the podcast? And then you were like, yeah. And like, is that Patty? And I was like, oh wow. Like, by association.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that. That wasn't at no, it wasn't at a protest, was it? I feel like
it might have been.
There was like a thing at a protest and it was like, this is Patty, the titular Patty. Oh yeah, because Tynan and Colin were also there, and I was like, these are other guests of the show.
Yeah,
it was.
I think that's right. It sounds about right.
Yeah. I don't even know. I mean, I know a lot about your history. I'm really excited to revisit it in detail. There's things that I obviously don't know. Also, if you're tuning in for the first time on this 100th episode, this is Classroom Crush. It is about childhood crushes and how they inform the way you view love and relationships. And I'm really excited to talk to you about them. Should we just like do it? I don't know. I don't even know how to start this episode.
I know. Let's just dive right
I guess I'll just say right now that I am going to release this video for free because, 100 episodes. But for some reason, if you're not watching the video, I will describe that Patty obviously looks stunning, as always, and I do look like trash. And I like that we're setting the dynamic up.
She's looking like a cool podcaster right now. Like she's been doing this.
See, this is why we love Patty, because she said the word "cool podcaster." You still believe that about me? Well, first of all, we should say. You're in a lovely relation right now.
I am. And I told him, like, by the way, I'm doing this podcast. I will be talking about so-and-so. But he's like, but I've like literally have bombarded him with this information like since we've met. So he's like, this won't be anything new. I mean, maybe there'll be some stuff that comes up. But anyways, yes, I am.
And that's also just to say that I feel like you're in like a great moment of your life right now, kinda.
Yeah, so like, I could talk about these little boys.
These little boys?
I mean, that's so weird. The boys that have tortured me, in my past. No,
we talk about little boys on this podcast every time. I haven't figured out how to do this. Listen, I haven't figured out how to do the podcast where it doesn't sound like, hey, little boys, hey, little girl.
Probably won't be the last time that I say something like that.
No, perfect.
No.
So obviously you grew up in Miami with me being my aunt. What was that like? Let's start with that. Give me compliments.
Oh my God. I mean,
I feel like that's informative or formative to you in a way.
It was. Are you kidding me? Because I have like all my siblings that are so much older than me. So like I basically almost like grew up as like an only child because all of my siblings are basically just like other parents to me.
Right.
So like having you around was basically like having like a little sister that I never had. And I felt like always I was like so protective over you, even though you're like, you're only a year older. I'm like, I'm your aunt though.
This was so fun. But I'm still your aunt. But I'm your aunt.
I mean, how many times did I say that? So many. But I think also instead of me being like, oh, like, I'm your aunt, listen to me. It was more like, I felt like, I don't know, I like wanted to take care of you. And I always felt like that. I feel like that's so much like of who I am now is like because of like how I was raised with like you and all, my other nieces and nephews.
Yeah. And we'll get more into that because I do think this is a theme. But for now, should we start talking about some of your crushes? So you're going to give me like a little, we're going to go on a roller coaster ride. But we're starting at the beginning. And where are we going? And who are we visiting?
We're going to kindergarten.
Okay. St. Rose of Lima?
St. Rose of Lima. A Catholic elementary middle school. I went there from kindergarten to 8th grade. So I had 9 years at this place. 9 years, but basically like in my class, like the same, I don't know, like 60 people.
Yeah.
Some came and like left. Others were there from the beginning to the very end.
Right.
With that being said, I think I liked almost every boy
at your disposal.
At my that I went to school with. I basically liked them.
Yeah.
But the first one,
and we should just say you are a very crushy person.
Oh, I mean, since before kindergarten, I was like, I'm going to marry this boy. I'm going to get married to him. I'm going to wear this.
Yeah, Patty was the one who was legitimately planning her wedding in her little notebooks. Like I remember seeing them and the design.
I like collected bridal magazines. I created an account on the Knot, like
Wait, what?
like the Knot, like the wedding website.
Oh, sure.
Like it's like a wedding planning, also a registry website. Well, I had, like Mr. Dream Boy. I don't know what I wrote. And I was like supposed to be getting married like 2 years ago. So
when did you register for the Knot? How old were you?
Oh, I don't know, but like definitely like middle school.
Yeah.
So like a little bit older, but like still really, really young, but not like in kindergarten, but definitely like, I don't know, like 6th grade probably.
Yeah, so she was making plans.
I'm making plans. It could have been high school too, but I don't think so.
Why do you think you were just baby, you were born this way? Or
I think I was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like in my blood. Like
I don't know. Early on.
Like I've been sorry?
No, because it was like early from the start.
Oh, like literally, I think I like came out of the womb like, I want to get married. Like it was just in my nature. I know like, yeah, I still stand by. I'm a hopeless romantic.
I remember once you were like, I can't remember why we were talking about. I don't even remember what we were talking about, but I think we were talking about like feminism or something like that. And you're just like, I just still want to get married though. And like be a little housewife sometimes.
I'm so old school. I mean, like,
you're like, I love the like, yes, for sure. All of it. But I want to be a housewife.
Yeah. Straight up. I mean, the amount of times I've mentioned weddings this weekend when I was in Miami with Nico. Oh, that's my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Everyone. I mean, not even subtle. It was like, oh my God, you're getting married? Oh my God. I love like mentioning every 2 seconds, like, oh my God, like
Loca, you can't control it.
Yeah, I can and I won't. No.
And don't. Okay, so the first example of this, we're going to kindergarten.
Yes.
Pre-K.
So my first crush, I'm like, do I say his full name? And I think I have to just because it literally sounds so nice. It's like one of those names.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel Garcia.
Gabriel Garcia. I know the legend of Gabriel Garcia. Tell us about Gabriel.
Me, to this day. No.
Mm-hmm. I know that you've had dreams about him. Do you still dream of Gabriel Garcia?
I haven't had one in a really long time, but like 100%. I mean, like probably like at least a year ago I did.
Yeah, Nico's
I don't remember what it was.
Nico's like, you're dreaming about other men?
Yeah, no,
like I'm dreaming about a little boy.
It was before him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was my first crush at St. Rose.
Tell us about him. What was the vibe?
Okay, so the vibe was he was very cute. I mean, I think he's from Venezuela, just like a tan, dark hair, dark, dark brown eyes, like super cute. And he was just like, I mean, I really don't remember like how much like in kindergarten, like what he was like.
I mean, he was a child.
Everyone, so many girls loved him. And you know what? So many girls like were his girlfriend all at one time. And I was honored to be one of those girls.
Wait, like in pre-K?
In kindergarten.
In kindergarten, it was like a polyamorous situation.
Yes. I mean, the one time I was like, okay, fine, I won't be monogamous.
I was going to say, very rare for you to be okay with this.
That was like the one time
you were a child.
That's it.
How did this, so it was, like, was it proposed to you? Was it just
I don't even know like how it came about, but it was like me and like, I don't know how many other girls, but it was like a handful, like literally like at least 5 of us.
The cult of Gabriel Garcia.
Gabriel's girls,
Gabriel's girls. Did you call yourselves that?
I don't think so, but we should have.
Should have started a little group. Gabriel's girls.
Yeah. And like, obviously that was like in kindergarten. So there were like, not much was going on. The only like memory I have of that is that like, there was one day or maybe it was like a week where he was like, okay, I'm going to kiss all the girls. So he like, literally, escandaloso.
Mucho.
For sure. Also, this could be, I'm so scared that I have false memories. I'm like, did this really happen?
No, no one on the podcast will know. No. Yeah. Well, that's like me. Okay. That's like me and hot dogs with you. Okay.
Oh, well,
this is real. Thing. No. But this is a thing. So you, right? Mm-hmm. I have always said that I don't like hot dogs because it makes me like throw up. But then I realized, honestly, like not that long ago, like a few years ago, maybe, That wasn't me. That was you. That was you who threw
I
up.
didn't realize that you were also like having, well, it's like migraines. Like, yeah, maybe you did.
No. Like, I literally was like, oh no, I'm the one that I threw up. Like, and I think there are multiple instances of that probably where I'm just like, this happened to me. And then I'm like, wait, no, it happened to Patty. Okay. And I had decided years ago that I didn't like hot dogs because of that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm convinced I used to get seizures, but I think it was just throwing up. But you see, false memory. I don't know.
Well, you got we both got those complicated migraines that were basically like a stroke. You know?
Yeah, brought to you by hot dogs.
yeah. We're vibing with the preservatives and the migraines and the throwing up.
Yeah.
So might be a false memory, but
I'm pretty convinced this did happen though, where he like took me to the back of the classroom. I was in Mrs. Tanner's room, really cute like classroom setting, and I think just gave me like a kiss on the hand. But for me, I was like, oh my god, he kissed me. But I think he did kiss like other girls somewhere else, and I got the hand, so I was like, that's it.
Really?
Oh my God. I remember that.
What a salute from day one, Gabriel Garcia.
No, I was a classy lady where I got a little
yeah, exactly.
on the hand.
Very demure. He didn't want to, like corrupt you.
No. It took.
What was that like though? Was that like electrifying?
Yeah, I mean, it was like in the classroom. I think we were like watching a movie or something. So it was definitely like exhilarating.
Yeah. And then you were like,
oh my God. Like,
boys are definitely for me.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that. Like, I just remember the lighting and like the classroom so specifically. So he was my crush for like a really long time.
Yeah.
And then he broke up with all of us except for one girl.
And still in kindergarten.
Yes, it was all in kindergarten. I'm pretty positive. And, I think at that point I was pretty sad, but I was like, okay, well, he broke up with all these other girls too. So I'm not the only one. And all right. So I think like after that moment, I kind of was like, I don't even know like how long my crush lasted for, to be honest. But then it wasn't that long until eventually I moved on to another boy and he became my latest obsession.
Okay.
We'll circle back to Gabriel Garcia.
Yeah. Remember that name.
Yeah. Remember that name because
it's not over yet.
Yeah.
So you get broken up with collectively by Gabriel Garcia. Yeah. Were you jealous of the girl who
oh my God, of course I was.
Who was
she was like the opposite of me.
Oh, she was what, like
blonde, short,
That's the beginning of that complex.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh. And like in kindergarten, I did have like really short hair. I think I did like chop it off at one point. And yeah, so like I definitely, but I don't think I was like jealous, but I don't think it was like that, like my complex of like, it was like in the background still.
It's developing. It was somewhat of an origin, of the complex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we would deal with for the rest of our lives.
Oh my God. I talk about this with Nico all the time where I'm like, I feel like a little loca and I'm like insecure. I'm like, I swear it's because of elementary school and the boys. Because like otherwise, like I really don't know where it would come from. And I swear.
Yeah. It's the boys. That's why I had to start the podcast to call the boys out on their crimes on our young hearts. That's the thing. It's so funny, like having like a boyfriend, partner, whomever, who like thinks you're hot and likes you, and then when you're just like, no, they're just like, you're a crazy person, because they don't know all of the only approach you, they only like you. Like that's the point.
I'm still like, you like me? Like I don't. Yeah, I'm like, why? But we're working on it. I'm working.
Yeah, we're both working on it, and we'll get into it later.
Yeah.
Okay, so you moved on from Gabriel Garcia. Who are we going to next?
So we're going to fast forward a little bit to one of maybe the most traumatizing crush experiences I have ever had.
Oh, no.
Oh no. And this one is actually a good one because you have a little something something with him.
I have a thing in it. Who are we going
not
to?
like a crush thing, but you definitely.
Oh. Do I know who it is? Tell me.
You do know who it is.
Okay.
Dylan.
Dylan. Oh, Dylan. When should I drop my Dylan story? You start telling me the story about Dylan, and then I'll tell people my perspective on Dylan.
Yeah. I was like, this would be good because you have some beef on it too.
Literally so fucking stupid. People are like, what's it gonna be? And then once I finally say it, it's gonna be
you were in second grade and I was in third. So.
I was in second grade. That's so crazy. Because the thing is like all of these memories, I really imagine I'm like, we're adults.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm like, we're at least 13, when I'm like,
no, we were
small.
I remember because this was like, I think this was like my first communion year or something. I think that's when we did it around third grade. But I remember third grade and this experience. So Dylan, let me get into what he was like.
Yeah.
He was very smart, actually. I remember he was always in the honors class. No, he was always in the honors class.
Got dumb face.
His aunt was an art teacher at her school, loved by everyone. Man, great art teacher. But Dylan, he was funny. He was a basketball player. He spent his whole time like doing those like practice air shots. I remember like watching him just like in the middle of class. All of a sudden, he just lunge.
But like throwing something or just actually going
like pretend like, oh, I'm air shot, like practicing his
cool guy.
Look at the wrist, like he was like the sports boy, but he was in the basketball team. Yeah. He had like longish blonde hair,
It was the flippy era. It was flippy,
Yes. Like full hair. I remember him like just doing a little like hair flips.
Yeah.
Every once in a while. Like light eyes. I don't know. I remember him being like cheeky. Like he was never like
no, yeah. He was he had a little baby face. Yeah.
Baby face, but he was super cute and he was funny,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I really liked him, but I guess like his fun. Was there a moment
that because you've been together, that's the interesting thing about.
At this point I had already known him for like 4 years, going on 4 years.
Do you think something changed
on me somehow?
It just happened,
It just happened. I was infatuated. I mean, like I really, really liked this boy.
Yeah.
So I had a mistake by telling a girl that I thought was friends of mine. We're good now, but at the time I was like, we're friends. I feel like I shouldn't spill or say her name.
Okay,
although like she definitely like, like we're like cool. I mean, like we've
also you're literally second grade though. So
yeah, I was in third grade. Yeah.
Third grade.
I just remember, but we had like a little like love-hate relationship between like me and this friend.
I'm trying to think where it is.
But at this time I thought she was like my friend. So I told her like I have a really big crush on Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up telling her whatever, and whatever time went by, or maybe like just like the day after, I don't know.
Time is weird.
I don't even know what day it is. But anyways, I remember we like went to lunch and like we went somewhere where we were like outside of our classrooms, and I like walked in and I saw a little note on my desk. And I was like, oh my God, like who could this be from?
Secret admirer.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. And it's literally a note. And it's like Dylan asking me to be his girlfriend.
Oh my God.
And I honestly can't remember if I was like, oh my God, yes. Or if I was like, is this real? But it's literally like out of like, you see it like on TV shows where you're like, it's real, So I don't remember like exactly how, like what my feeling was like at the moment. I was like, is this real or like,
probably a bit of both,
Yeah. But I remember like my face was like probably, I can't hide my expressions. I mean, I was probably like,
red. Oh, she flushed. The rosy cheeked.
Rosy cheeked, I remember like the butterflies when you were like so strong, the butterflies, like literally like stomach dropping sensation. And only to like literally look over and there Dylan is with all his boys straight up laughing at me. And it was a fucking joke.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. I mean, I had never been so embarrassed in my life like that. Like, no, traumatizing for me. I still like,
yeah,
that moment, it was so
gaggle
sad.
of boys laughing at you. It's a worst nightmare. It's like,
yeah. And when you're that young, like everything feels like it's like the end of the world, you know?
So these boys are absolutely laughing in your face. Do you cry? Do you run away? Like, do you know what you did?
Of course I cry. Like, I am such a big, like, crybaby, you know? And I was so embarrassed. I, like, didn't want to show my face. Like, coming back to school the next day was so embarrassing for me. Like,
yeah.
It was, and he was like a cool boy, you know? So, like, and then everyone knew about it, obviously. Like, it was so
It's such a tiny school.
Yeah.
So that friend told him and set you
up. My friend told him because like did she like him? He was like a cool girl. She was a cool girl. She was like a sporty girl, which I mean, all the girls that were cool were like all sporty.
Yeah.
And like I was not. So I was like, I remember like, don't tell Dylan that I like him. And she did. I was like, you traitor, you backstabber.
She definitely liked him too.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah, probably.
That's horrific.
It was honestly
one of the worst moments of your life.
It was probably top 10 worst moments of my life.
And I'm just like, I mean, like, you had cancer. Do we talk about that?
That's like right. It's like right next to it. No.
Can I say it? Am I allowed?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like.
Yeah,
I don't know. Not public information.
No, just like for context, Patty had cancer one time.
Yeah, she's good me, now. Dylan ousting me like that was definitely still top 10. Perhaps even top 5.
I mean, that is not only a very early, you know, malleable time, but also just like a true, like if that happened to me today, I would fucking, are you kidding me? Terrible.
Embarrassing if it happened to me today too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be my girlfriend.
Psych. Like, and that's the thing that like, that happens in movies and stuff, but then when it happens in real life, get out of here. Are you kidding me? Don't be doing that. You're not in a movie.
No.
Early 2000s movies were like toxic for the boys, let me tell you.
That's another reason why I'm like, so like, why do I have such like relationship complexes? You know, where I'm like, I'm not worthy. I'm like, it's the boys from elementary school and it's movies.
Movies
they depict boys so bad.
Yeah.
They're like evil, always.
Yeah. Like, I'm also just like, that's why I'm committed to making movies where I want to make movies where people look like shit. Like, I'm just like, I'm over everyone being so fucking beautiful and hot in a movie because that's not real life. People don't look like that all the time. I want people to look bad and not like, oh, disheveled, I'm bad.
I just look up a piece of makeup.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not no more when Rebecca's making movies.
I'm ready for those movies, girl.
And we're writing one right now. There it is. And it's about us, obviously.
Honored.
I guess this is a good moment to talk about how I feel about Dylan.
Dylan's character is shown through this experience, you know.
Dylan's character was shown through this experience. And also, his character was shown through another experience that I experienced, which is when I was playing soccer at Miami Shores Rec Center on the summers or whenever we did that as a child. I happened to be playing against Dylan in a game and a soccer match, football as we call it, and he cheated. And he cheated.
He's an a-hole and he was a cheater.
But listen, the way that I made that such a thing that whenever you talk, I'm just like, I didn't say fucking because I was a child, but I was like, he's a cheater. Like, he literally cheated. Like, I saw him cheating. I'm like thinking about it now. I'm like, don't even remember what he did. I'm like, it was something like, I feel like I maybe remember like we got into it a little bit, like pushing, I don't know, playing soccer. But I was just like, he's a cheater and he has a frog face. That was my other thing, is I always thought he looked like a frog.
Oh my God. I tried to find like pictures of him. Like, I was just like going through Facebook.
Yeah. And it was giving frog.
Yeah, I mean, I never saw the frog thing, I don't think, but I was like, yeah, he's a cheater. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's bad. I think of all of the crushes that I was like witness to, that was one of the most confusing to me because I was just like, she could do so much better than this frog ass face,
Yeah.
this frog ass cheating ass face. No, a man who
like he was funny. I remember him
funny,
being
right.
like just making jokes, a little clown in school, you know, and he was just.
And you love to laugh.
I love to laugh. Yeah. You know, but that's really about it because I don't remember really talking to him that much. I don't know. But
yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, were you guys, I mean, you were friends, but like in the sense that I feel like everyone in your school were kind of friends because it was so small.
It was like 60 of us in total. It was like at most, you know?
So what did that experience make you feel about like love, like at that point? Were you just like, these boys?
Stupid, I'm ugly, I'm not worth it. I mean, oh my God. Like how old are you when you're in third grade? Like 8. Baby.
I know because third grade was my big trauma. So 8 years old. That's a child.
It's a child. And you get this and it's like, yeah, I was like, oh my God. Like, you know, and yeah. And I definitely was like, oh my God, I'm not worth it. Like no one's gonna like me, you know? And I like held on to that.
Yeah. Did it make you hesitant to have another crush or?
No, because after that, I probably liked someone else's.
Yeah.
I was like, you're going to be mean to me? Well, fine. And then I liked whoever was next on my roster, which was like, I mean, I liked so many boys in that school. Like,
yeah. Yeah. So you've been traumatized by Dylan and company.
Yes.
Where do we go next?
So where do we go next? Oh my gosh. I guess we can have a little like timeline memory, like a little like.
It's hazy, but that's all right.
It's hazy because I definitely like so many other boys after that.
Yeah.
But like they're just like kind of passing, you know.
It was like week and a half little things, like oh, this person's kind of cute.
Oh no, I like them for like I had. Oh, you know what would happen is that I would have a dream with them.
Yes, I remember this.
What is it about like a powerful dream? Like I dreamt, and the next day I went to school. I was like, I love you. I'm in love with you.
I feel like I remember you talking about that often. Like this would happen to you a lot. Like you would just wake up with a new crush.
Exactly. It wouldn't be like a moment where I'm like in school. I'm like, man, that was so cute. I like you. It'd be like, I woke up from this. I was obsessed with the idea of these boys. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You know, like the dream that I had.
Do you remember any of the dreams?
I've had a dream about you in the last like few years. Like maybe I won't like you. Wow.
I mean, do you remember any of them? Because I feel like there were some good ones. I'm trying to remember if I remember.
Unfortunately, I literally don't. And sometimes they're just like so. Oh, actually, you know what? I did have a dream. I don't know why this is the only one that I remember, but like, and it wasn't even about. No, I don't remember. I just remember, you know what it was also? I always dreamt about my school. Like, but school wouldn't be school. It would just be like a space that my dream took place in. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it would be like my house, or it would be just like a gathering place, but like the school cafeteria, like so many memories happen like around those like white tables. I don't even know. They were like made out of some weird like ceramic thing. I don't know. But just like, and it was just like, you know, like very like fluorescent lighting, and just that space was there's just so many memories that happened. Cause like at the start of school, you would go into the cafeteria and then get told like where your classroom is and lunch, and, you know, like also during carnival. Oh my God, like carnival.
St. Rose. Okay, let's talk about St. Rose of Lena Carnival for a second, because that definitely had moments for all of us. That
brought in St. Rose people, but also people that just lived in the shores.
Yeah. So do you want to tell people about St. Rose of Lima Carnival?
Okay, so St. Rose of Lima Carnival was just a little carnival that happened in the like parking lot of my school / church. And basically they just like were raising money for.
I honestly, now I think of it, no idea. I'm
assuming it was to raise money because like why else would
for the church, for the school, for
the church and school, you know.
No idea.
It was a private school.
But it was yearly. So it was like a thing to look forward to.
Yes. And like for like I remember the day before, like the first day of the carnival was always a school day, and that day you got to wear whatever you wanted. And that day was like, I'm gonna show up, like look my cutest.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing? Tell us. Little skirts.
Also, I think it's like the first day you can wear shorts because you're not allowed to, like your uniform has to go like above, like not above your knees, like or like just right above your knees.
Yeah.
So it's like you can wear shorts to school. Like the dress code didn't really matter because you're just there for like half a day and you're going to the carnival. I was probably trying to wear like my best outfit, so like definitely limited two.
Absolutely.
I was a limited two girl. I mean, like not really. My mom like would buy something from there like every once in a while. It was stupid expensive.
Yeah.
Occasionally, oh my gosh, Abercrombie, like
when that was the moment. And it's kind of the moment again.
But also it's like canceled or whatever.
It's canceled. I mean, yeah, they're all bad.
All bad. You know. It was like Abercrombie days when like they were having like half naked men on the bag. So like peak Abercrombie days,
I remember everyone just decided that like you had to have an Abercrombie hoodie because they were so soft and comfortable, even though we were fully in Miami. Like we did not need those. And I remember it was also just like, it was like almost this class signifier where I'm just like, oh, those girls have, and what we got from Maria, didn't we? From my rich aunt, her sister, got us the Abercrombie hoodies, I think, ultimately.
Yeah.
And then we were able to enter society, thank God.
Yeah, fake it till you make it. So yeah, I was trying to look as probably Caucasian as possible. Like literally, I remember being like, I want to be like a white girl. Like I would never wear hoops, God forbid.
Yeah.
Like which is so sad because
it's something we've both had to reconnect to.
Now. We're both wearing hoops.
Look at us. We're
proud Latina women.
we have hoop pride.
But I remember being like, "Ooh, if you wear a hoop earring, like."
Well, because also, okay, I mean, when was Chongalicious?
And I was like, I think like
how old were we?
Like.
Because the thing that I've realized,
7th grade,
or
maybe 6. I actually have no idea, but like,
because it was like a thing, like being a chonga was a thing, and but then like Chongalicious came out, which I'm saying it now, and like I have realized people don't know Chongalicious. Did you know this? Like people don't know Chongalicious.
That's not a nationwide phenomenon.
No, that's what I've discovered. I thought Chongalicious went like viral. Yeah. Wow. I think apparently it went Miami viral.
And which is very viral.
Yeah. But not like I've never met anyone that like outside of Miami, outside of like, us that like knows what Chongalicious is.
That goes to show how strong the Miami bubble is.
Yeah, for real. Because there is a thing of just like perception is reality. Where like Miami is the rest of the world, obviously.
Whenever I meet someone else, like here, I'm like living in Providence and like work in Boston, and be like, hey, like nice to meet you. Like, do you know what Chongalicious is?
And the thing is like once you tell people what Chongalicious is, and then you like show them the video or something, you're just like, well, this is not anything at all.
Resonating with me.
Basically, it's these girls who went to the same high school Patty would eventually go to, and it's a take on Fergalicious, but it's Chongas. Chongalicious definition make them boys go loco. What is the other line?
I don't know. They're talking about like Sharpie, like
I got my Sharpie lip liner
or something. I don't even know the lyrics, but I just know
it was a phenomenon, but not to everyone else.
I was like trying to be like not that.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I brought it up, is you were trying to not be that.
Yeah. Now I'm like, actually, no.
So that's sort of the beginning of like those complexes are starting to arise.
Definitely. So
post Dylan heartbreak, where are we going?
So then we're gonna like fast forward towards the end of my time at St. Rose.
Mm-hmm. Many dramas would happen between these times, but we simply don't have the time.
There was like, gosh, lists of boys that I liked. I mean, one boy asked me to the carnival, and I said, he wrote it like on a letter, and I really wanted to go with him. Like, I mean, he was like my big crush, like at the time. This was like, I don't know, maybe 6th grade perhaps. And I said no because I was so nervous.
What were you nervous of? Just like kissing or like
yeah, I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? Like, and then he ended up like asking someone like really like right after me, and I was like,
yeah,
and being like so like regretful. I was like, why did I say that? You know?
Yeah.
But so many like little moments like that where it's like, I like you, blah blah blah, but nothing ever happened because like nothing happened with these boys.
And you're a classy lady too. You're not giving it up for just anyone.
No. Until there's no until. I was a classy lady, and then my mind started shifting a little bit, where I was like, okay, she's a sexual being.
Yes, she is.
So now we're entering 8th grade.
Boom. There.
She's wearing Victoria's Secret underwear.
Uh-oh. Yes, go on.
Yeah, that was like a big thing. Okay.
I remember.
Yeah, so it was like, I don't know.
And you have your little Victoria's Secrets, like little sprays, spritz and sprays and perfume.
Gloss.
I mean, the thing is 8th grade around then is also like when you are becoming peak, like I am doing fashion and I am wearing lip gloss and I actually have opinions on clothes. Fashion. Yeah. And then I'm not. And that's like when I remember like you being like, you should try this lip gloss. Actually, it looks really good on you. And I'm just like, no. I'm just like, no, it's like not even me. And then I'm like, I guess it looks nice.
I was convinced I could straighten your hair without any heat.
This was the thing is the pictures from 8th grade era Patty is like good because it's like you can tell she's absolutely living her fashion life. And it's just like, you know, it's just the worst fucking early 2000s clothes.
I remember I was heavy on the Urban Outfitters.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was already shopping. I was at the Urban Outfitters, you know, getting my licks. Definitely sporting the good old duck face.
Yes, definitely.
But also I was looking at pictures. It's not just like I was like, you know, like lips going out. They were always like lips going out to a diagonal, like a, I don't even know.
Like a slanty. You gotta watch the Patreon for that one.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, that's it. I know exactly the face. You're talking about. This is also the era, like to just put everyone in our shoes, right? This is kind of the era of like photo shoots. This is the era of Facebook America's Next Top Model. We're doing photo shoots.
And we're posting albums worth of photos from one night on Facebook.
Yes, and they're black and white. They're the black and white with this. There's the one color that you know, it's like the red, and it's the red lipstick. You remember those pictures I found not that long ago?
My graduation photo shoot that you took.
Yeah. So this is okay. So to put everyone into like where me and Patty are, Patty is doing model fashion, and I'm like, well, I'm the photographer. And I took lots of pictures of Patty, and you were just absolutely like posing insincere. Yeah, like
thinking I'm the like hot girl, like the hottest girl, you know.
Patty, you were the hottest girl.
Yeah, except well, I guess actually now that I'm thinking of you see this is where I'm like, timeline's a little fuzzy.
It's okay.
I'm gonna like backtrack a little bit because before I got there where I thought I was super hot, I was the girl with the unibrow.
Oh, let's discuss.
What's this Latina issue?
And let's see the brows now. I mean, the brows.
I haven't waxed my eyebrows in years.
Absolutely
fucking
stunning brows.
You know,
that's the thing, to have good brows as a 20-something-year-old. You have to be bullied as a child. You know.
Oh, and I don't know. Were you bullied?
Yeah, it was a thing. You know, I probably not as bad as you, but
bullied.
Yeah, she had a little uni situation.
Uni, oh my god, hair everywhere.
Yeah, like, we're hairy girls.
We're hairy, and that was one good thing about the whole cancer thing. I lost all the hair, and the place that I didn't want. And I was like, oh, maybe it'll stay like this forever. And I'll like grow my hair out my hair, and then my body hair will be gone. No, they came back with a vengeance, you know. But
I was realizing I was sitting on the train the other day, and I like looked at the guy next to me, and I looked at the girl in front. I was just looking at people's arms, and I was like, I have hairier arms than all of these people in this train car right now. Should I show the patrons for 100th episode? My hairy arms.
Yeah, I know. I literally used to like.
I know you used to nair them.
I wanted to be as smooth as a seal. Now I'm like, oh gosh, no, I can't be bothered.
Yeah. So you were unibrow girl. Like
I was unibrow girl.
Were people like making? Yeah. Tell me. Yeah.
Okay, because so that name. Coming back. This is before my last and final crush at St. Rose. Gabriel Garcia makes a comeback.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Gabriel.
Full circle. Now I'm like post-pubescent. I'm like, I love, you know, I'm here for the boys.
I want to do kissing.
So. I want to be kissing. I want to have a boyfriend, and like a real boyfriend.
Yeah.
Not just like you're gonna kiss my hand.
Yeah.
And he made his way around in my life, and I don't know how, but you know what? I do know how, because he actually was super funny and super cute, very smart. I think he ended up going to like Johns Hopkins or something like that, you know, to study. I don't know.
He had it all.
He had it all. He was a catch. He was. I remember like just, we would do these like Christmas performances. I remember like wanting to like stand next to him and like sing next to him. When we would go to church, oh my God, I would make it so that I could just sit, like, make it like, okay, I'm going to get in line right behind him so that we would have to sit through church together.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. Never thought of the, romantic potential of church in that way.
So like prohibited love, like in church, and now we're sitting next to each other,
and maybe our knees touch, maybe the outer thighs of our legs.
oh yeah, and or maybe like your fingers will just happen to like fly,
start to hold hand.
Definitely a thing, of course, and like it wasn't just me. Like I know it was a moment for like a lot of the girls and boys, but he like made his way back on my like love radar. And I remember like writing notes to like my then best friend. And I actually have some notes that I kept that I put in a time capsule that my school has. And I'm like, what? I want to see what I wrote.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have like our 10-year reunion, and like we're supposed to open up these capsules. Capsules.
Yeah.
I'm like, so they just have my notes, and also this like little penguin thing that he actually had given for one of his like birthdays. Yeah. Nico. I want a second beer. Can I have another beer, please?
Keeping it in.
I was like writing a note to my friend, and I was like talking about like how cute Gabriel looked, and he was like right in front of me. Bold to be writing a note about a boy that's literally sitting right in front of you. Thank you.
Thank you. This is a perfect example of Princessa Patty coming through.
Oh my God. She's like here and thriving, honestly. Like,
yeah, definitely.
So I don't know how the note literally, like, I remember my friend was sitting right next to me, like right here, and the note ended like complete opposite direction into the hands
of Gabriel Garcia.
Yeah.
Who's doing sabotage to you? Too many, the ladies, the girlies are doing sabotage?
No, at this point, this was pure, like, I don't know. My hands were fidgeting. I was probably nervous because it just, like he was literally sitting right in front of me. I think the note fell and he like got it. I was like, don't read it. He literally read it. And it was like me, like just probably being like, he's so cute, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. And I was like, no, that's no, it's not about you. Like, I don't like you. And then he's like, yeah, you do. And I probably was acting like a damn fool because, I was like trying to be all cool and like flirty, and so he like knew about that. So he like took that and was like, I'm going to run really make a run for this, and I'm going to embarrass you any chance that I get.
Ugh, I hate it. I hate it.
You got to take advantage, right? No, you didn't have to do that.
No.
You're like one year I was like, or one day I was like in the lunch line, like minding my own business, and he was in front of me, and he literally just like in front of everyone once again called me out on my unibrow. He's like, "You have one eyebrow," and
Ah,
I was like, "That's so unnecessary."
yeah. Why do they do that? Well, because
And at
he
the time,
liked
my mom
you.
like literally didn't let me wax.
Well, yeah. I mean, like ex stepmom Janice always wanted to tweeze my eyebrows, but my mom was like, no, don't allow. And I feel like same with like, I don't know about you. Did we start shaving our legs late? And I'm showing my legs.
Yeah, probably definitely late.
Yeah. Or just like this until it's like we're monsters.
Yeah, you had to get to like Chewbacca level before they let us.
Right. And this is like all the like white girls with little wispy little blonde hairs and they get to shave. It's like, I'm the one that needs to shave. Okay.
Gosh. Yeah.
Why would he do that? Did he like you at the time, do you think? And it's like that like like weird defense mechanism, or was he just being a bully? Which is, I mean, both the same thing. We should not excuse men's bad behavior if they like you.
I'm about to like, he's on, I couldn't find him on Facebook. So, because I wanted to see like our friendship on Facebook to see like if I had any memories.
Yeah.
But he's like not on there, but I'm friends with his mom. Hi, Mrs. Garcia.
Hello. Why was your son so mean to me?
Yeah, why was he such a bully?
But all of the bullying, like, it didn't make your crush stop? Or were you just like...
I think like, yeah, because like after, I mean, like not immediately. I was just so like sad, but it's like you can't just erase love.
That's how you were. You were like, I know he's mean to me, but I can't just stop loving him.
But eventually I like did move on because I was like, that was just so mean.
Yeah.
And it was like little things like that, like, that he would just like poke fun at me like whenever he could. Like I don't remember like any like big examples aside from like that or anything that I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. It was just, but I definitely remember that situation where I was like, wow, like,
what would you do in those moments when he just randomly attacks you? Where you just be like, stop, or just like...
I probably like tried to play it cool.
Right.
Like, you're trying to, I remember in that moment, like definitely with the Dylan thing, I was like just so sad and like cried.
Yeah.
But like the Dylan was like, oh my God, stop, like you're being so mean, or like just trying to be like cool, and then like getting home, be like, writing like a diary.
I have to stand in front of everybody.
I was like, Mom, please let me wax my eyebrows.
What would Yayo say?
Ay, tú eres like
bellas,
bella. Like, like you're beautiful, and they don't know it, and it's okay. You know, and then eventually she did let me freaking wax. I think like your mom may have been like, okay, it's time. No, actually, I think it was my dance teacher was like, homegirl needs to start shaving.
Well, I have opinions about your dance teacher and how she treats children. But
yeah, that's a whole other thing. That was like,
I mean, I've definitely talked about this on the show, but when I was voted most annoying at the dance camp, it was her dance studio, Patty's dance studio.
Like straight up like adult bullying.
It was really bad.
Mean.
Yeah. Why are people mean to us? We don't deserve.
No, I don't think he actually liked me. I think that was just pure being like
a bully.
Well, I don't know. If you're listening to this, let me know if you had a crush on me. No, I think he might be married now, which good for you. Whatever.
Okay.
Anyways. So he was like probably like my one of my later crushes, but then my last crush that really had a long-standing impact, Frank. He Frank Rubio.
That's a good one.
I think he's like pretty successful in the baseball right now. So in the baseball.
Wait, remind me, is Frank the short one? No. Who's the short one that was at your 8th grade party?
No, that's not him.
Who's the short one though?
But now it's funny because he's actually not even short. He's like so tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, like now I'm trying to think of his face though. Describe Frank.
He had like
I know Frank.
Yeah, he had like brown hair. He was a baseball player. He had
he was super sexy.
Oh my God, he was. No. No, he was like cool boy. Like he
Yeah.
was like the like oh like he knew that he was hot, but he was like the way he like he's like
No, I'm
you know.
remembering his face now. I remember, and he's hot
Yeah,
as fuck. No.
he was like I don't know. He wasn't tall, but
Yeah.
he had like
Oh, also, you're tall. When do you get tall? Was that ever
I've
a
always
problem
been
for?
tall. I was
No,
always
yeah.
the tallest girl, except for my friend, who's not my friend anymore.
She was also tall.
She was the tallest. I was second tallest.
Yeah.
So,
And I just need you guys to imagine, like, I would obviously go to Patty's recitals and stuff because Patty was also a dancer, and just the absolute visual comedy that is Patty on stage with all of the same age girls as her in her class doing her little dances, but she's like a full foot taller than them.
so
And
tall.
it's so funny because you watch and you're like, oh, look, that girl, she's held back in class or so she's not that good. She has to be with the little kids. And it's just like, no, but she is a little kid.
I am. I remember having to go to like when I would shop for shoes, I would have to go to the adult section, and my mom would be like, "You can't wear heels. You're not an adult." I'm like, "Mom, but these are the only shoes that are my size."
How convenient for me, fashionista.
Yeah.
Was that? But you've never been insecure about your height, or
no,
you were?
No,
ever.
No. I mean, like, I just hated that all the boys liked short girls.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, I want to be short because I don't like being tall. I just like wanted a boy to like me for my tallness.
Okay, Tall Girl sequel on Netflix starring Patty.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what I've always like admired, is that you've never been like insecure about your height or ever trying to hide your height, you know?
No, I would wear heels. Like, no, I want to tower over you. I like it. You know, it gave me a sense of power.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was needed in a way, because you're like sweet Patty. Like, I could see that. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
so uncool. Like, I am such a little like.
not true.
No, I really am. Like, I don't know. Like, even to this day, I'm like the least cool person, and like it's fine. Like, and that's like I'm like okay with it. Like before, I'm like, oh my god, like what am I gonna say? But now I'm like, this is me. Take it or leave it.
That's
whatever.
what makes
like,
you cool. You're the coolest, Patty. I think you're cool.
Oh.
Okay, so is Frank as tall as you?
No, he's a little bit shorter.
A little bit shorter.
And he's not like super short, but he's like a little bit shorter.
Yeah. And you were also never biased really against the shorter man.
No, yeah, I didn't care. Like
she's been known to like a short king, I'll tell you.
I mean, my current boyfriend, like if I wear shoes that are just like slightly taller, like platformed Crocs, you know,
yeah.
Like I'm taller than him.
Yeah, definitely.
He likes it. He's like, ooh.
He's like, ooh, my sexy long lady.
Like, I've never been with a tall woman before. I'm like, good. Person only.
Person only. And at the end of this episode, I officiate your wedding.
You heard that?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Frank. So this is when?
This is like 8th grade.
Yeah. This is hot shit era.
Yeah, we're going to parties.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Patty did have her 8th grade. Are you going to talk about your party? Your 8th grade party?
Oh yeah, we're going to talk. Yeah, the parties, because those are like very like you know, iconic.
Yes.
I don't know. And like the music that we're playing like still like transports me back to, you know, that time. So I'm liking Frank.
And we're going to talk about that music later.
Oh, we are. Yes. I know. So this is at the point where we have like responsibilities as students, where it's like you're you work on the parking. I forgot what they call it, like the patrol.
Yeah.
Where you like lead the cars in so they can drop off kids, and like, you know, so you're just like whatever, parking patrol. I forgot the word. I don't know. It's not.
Yeah, I remember they had little vests. You had a little vest.
Little vests, exactly. So we would do that, and then also there was something, I don't know, where you would basically get the cots that the little like preschoolers would take naps on and put them in a closet. Right?
They were just doing child labor.
Basically, we're learning some, like this workers.
You're doing child labor, Patty. It's okay. It's happened to the best of us.
Okay. But it was fun because you got to like leave the class for a little and go into a closet.
It sounds very escándalo.
Super escandaloso. This is probably where my peak sexual, moments in, my first,
the beginnings.
Yeah. So I'm like, I like Frank at this point. I'm wearing Victoria's Secret. I want him to know that I am wearing
for your little boobies.
Wearing a little bras and yeah, okay. So anyways, I don't know why
Did you ever stuff your bra?
What?
Did you ever stuff your bra?
I don't think so.
Okay. Me neither.
I don't think I ever stuffed my bra.
I feel like once I was tempted and then I was like, who does this? And then I did.
Yeah. I could have, but I don't really remember.
Yeah. Were you wearing like padded bras? I'm trying to remember. Were you trying to like, no, not really.
I don't think so. No, because
the bra was enough.
Just Victoria's like a little normal, not like a
like
in plastic surgery. Like what are those like extra push-up-y ones? No,
those like hurt my boobs if you try. I'm like, ouch. Man, but you know my mom. Yeah. My mom uses. My mom is liberal with a push-up bra. She's like, you know me, we're Cuban. We got little boobs, big ass.
Yeah, except for me, I don't got no butt, which is
you've developed your butt, and you do have a butt.
I got a little. It's cute. It's cute.
But I feel like there was definitely a moment in time where you were like, look at my butt. It's getting bigger.
Yeah, probably like just this year.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, okay, it's got some sort of form.
Oh, juice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the hill that I live on right now, it's like so steep. So I think that's giving me some sort of shape. And I'm like, okay. But anyways, back to the child labor.
Yeah.
I'm working one like afternoon with Frank and we're like bringing in the cots into this closet.
Mm-hmm.
I decide, okay, I'm going to make this move. I'm going to get him to kiss me in this damn closet. It's empty.
I mean, it would be hot.
I'm going to show him that I'm interested. So what do I do?
I'm a sexual girl.
Yeah. I plan my underwear. Oh my God. This is so embarrassing. I plan my underwear. I remember this thong. Like, I mean, wow. It's green.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little thong. It has two little elastics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that go around your hips, like they're like two little like elasticy things.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna raise it up.
One up. Yep.
So it goes, above my skirt. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna get the cots. I'm gonna reel them in.
You planned the lean down.
And the lean down, like, look at my thong.
This is just like very Degrassi like era. Like this is like Degrassi. This is like an episode of Degrassi. Like there literally was,
Yeah. So I'm like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Except nothing did happen.
But you wore the thong. You did the whole thing.
I did the whole thing. I did the whole show. I leaned over, brought the cot in. He definitely saw the thong because, like, how else are you not going to see it?
Yeah, you're like, oh God, I dropped it again. like really ass in the air.
And I'm definitely like making move for I'm probably like touching his arm. I'm being like as flirty.
Oh my God, this would be your thing, the arm touch, arm touch,
and it continues to.
We arm touched. I'm gonna touch his arm.
Have you been on a date with me and I suddenly touch your arm? Like, I'm flirty.
I feel like I remember so many times of you describing like touching someone's forearms or wanting to touch someone's forearms. Or like,
I want to know how to flirt. I'm like, touch his arm.
Yeah, or me being like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know. And just like, Rebecca, just touch his arm. Just touch his arm. Do an arm touch.
Do it, yeah. So he doesn't say anything. But then like the day after, all of a sudden, Frank just starts saying green. And he's just saying the word green.
What?
So he's like poking at me that he like saw the.
But he's just like saying like it's just like green. Like he's not saying it like I saw a green tree yesterday. Like he's not.
No, he's just like green. And then.
But wait, where are you? Like just the next day?
School.
Just like was
in the hallways.
Green.
green. And then like
I will say green is an interesting color choice for this whole thing. It's different.
It's different. Yeah, it's not like red.
Yeah.
Purple.
Green.
And I
sexy green.
Probably like the thinnest one I had at the time, or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was the thing where I was just like, like laughing, where he like knows that, like we know that
we both know that I have a green thong on.
And no one else knows,
It's an inside secret about your thong.
Nothing happens,
Yeah.
But at this time, like we're going to parties, like we're going, like people are hosting like dance parties, and also like this is like 7th, 8th grade, so like people are having them in their backyards. I remember like I had a birthday where we did it at
my house. In front of my house.
Publix, like.
Yeah, there was like a little, like whatever that community little room basically that you could like use. I feel like they just definitely did like AA meetings there, like on other nights or something like that.
8th grade party.
Well, and that's like I very distinctly remember your 8th grade party because it was like all of your friends from like St. Rose, and like I knew some of them, whatever, but I was very much like I do not know what I'm supposed to do here in this situation. Because you guys were fully out there 8th grade grinding, and like that was not my culture. But I remember like a train of you just got like grinding train, and me being like, no, I'm not getting in on that. I definitely didn't. I definitely was just like there. And that's why I was trying to remember, there was a short guy that was at your party that I decided I had a crush on at that night. Ricky, that was it. Yeah, Ricky. I feel like I remember like stacking chairs with him or something and being like, maybe this is what I do at the party.
I have this weird memory of him telling me that I shouldn't store my phone in between my legs because it's going to give me like ovarian cancer. And I think about it often where
wow, why don't we know anybody
See, I don't think he was ever really a bully.
No, I don't think so. Nice. He's too short,
but I never had a crush on him.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like there was a moment that you were like, no, he is cute, but like,
he was cute.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, this is you're out there grinding.
We're grinding. We're grinding.
Like, and you're loving it. Are you getting so horny?
So horny. Oh my God. The amount. Oh my God. I don't even know what should we say on here.
Say it.
Dude, the boners.
So you were getting little boners rubbed up against your butt.
Yeah, man, it was like crazy. Like,
but that made you horny that you were like, oh yeah, I feel it.
I caused that.
You loved it. See, that's the thing. I feel like I would not have reacted in that way. I would kind of be like, okay, like, you know what I mean? I love that you loved it.
It was so wrong, and I don't know, because I was like such a little prude. Like I probably wouldn't do anything. Like, but like deep down, I was like, okay.
No, I don't even know that's like. I don't know that you were a quote unquote prude. I think you're just like a good Catholic girl with like old parents. Yeah, like with not only old parents but like a bunch of basically parent figures, and yeah, like you. But you were definitely not like a prude in your mind. She a freak.
I was doing naughty things with them.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, also, like, boys were not like or not all of them, but I remember, I'm not gonna say his name, but like, because I remember like one of them being like, look at my boner, basically. Like he would would stand up, and he like literally
like at a party or something, or just like
he would like, I don't know, like he was just like I think he had to like stand up, like in class, and like he had like a boner, and it was just like everyone knew it, and we're like, oh my God. Like, but yeah, so it was like definitely like I think like in 6th grade, it was like 6th grade was
Boner
the
Central.
time where like all of a sudden I was like, we're like, it's things are. I mean, I think we both were like very like horny little girls.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
like,
yeah, I watched porn so young and loved it. And it definitely messed me up, but loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it. Like I didn't even know what it was until like my like then best friend like introduced me to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what?
I was
is
probably
this?
watching porn on your computer at your house before you were, because I definitely did.
When did you start watching?
When?
Yeah, like what grade?
Well, the first porn moment where I like stumbled upon it and then was like, okay, at my dad's house was when I was in like third grade. Like,
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
like, yeah.
So I watched,
And then I
started
was
it,
like scared off
maybe
for a minute, but
sixth
then I like came back around. No, I definitely watched porn at your house for sure.
grade. Probably. And this is the first time I'm saying this in public.
Go.
Happy 100th episode. But after my ex best friend showed me porn, I was like, okay, like that's hot, you know? So I was like Googling it.
Uh-huh.
And I remember, like, I don't know what happened that, like, it stayed open or something. And my mom found it. I literally blamed my brother because he was living with me at the time. And I was like, that's not, I'm like, that must have been, like, Alex.
Oh my God. Wow.
I was like, so
That
scared.
is
I was like, oh my
drama.
God. Or maybe it wasn't even that I was searching. It was like, maybe it was just, like, same search history that, like, that she, like, put.
Bitch,
Like,
it could have been me. It fully could have been
it
me.
been you.
Bitch, I lived with you for like 6 months. I was definitely watching
No,
it.
but this was like when Alex was there.
This was
I remember
later.
he was like constantly on like LimeWire.
I was still watching it. I was watching. I know, yeah, he was always on LimeWire. That was definitely a thing.
Yeah.
It could have been me or Alex or you on that one chunky ass computer.
So he had a computer in the little office room.
Alex, an adult man.
Yeah, full blown adult. Yeah. So, but yeah, so like at this point, like, you know, things are getting hot. Like we're like party vibes.
Yeah.
I'm wearing makeup. I'm looking as hot as I can be, wearing like short little dresses.
Yeah.
And you know,
Still got your little
and
braces.
I had
Patty
the
had
braces.
braces for so long.
And
But
in
it
sixth
never
grade,
let her stop. She never let him stop her from wanting
No.
to rub up on a boner.
I was grinding. I was grinding on that choo-choo train. Oh my God. Those are some of the best moments of my life.
And that is so beautiful because to me, I'm like probably traumatizing, but to you, some of the best moments of your life. And that is beautiful.
Because have I ever, as an adult, been on the grinding train?
No, it doesn't happen like that.
No. But did I think that was adulthood?
Yes. So are you in the train? Is it like boy, girl, you know? Like,
Yeah. There's always, it's never boy. It's always like boy, girl, or
girl,
boy, girl, boy. Like
Right.
you can grind on a girl. Like that's
Yeah.
okay. But
And if
ideal is
anything,
that
you're,
you're
like,
a
being
boy
fun.
in front of you and a boy behind you.
See,
You want
that,
the double.
Patty wants the boy sandwich. Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay. So we're boy sandwiching and you're wearing a thong, and what happens next?
So nothing. Obviously. Love not reciprocated once again.
Well,
I don't know. I
but
think
he's
maybe
saying
he could've-
green. So what's that
Yeah,
making
like
you think?
he, you know what? He's like a situation where I'm like, maybe he did have a crush on me.
I'm like, he probably saw your thong and did not know what to do with that information.
True.
And it's like,
Yeah.
you had a plan, you know, like
I don't know. I had
you
an
had the
idea.
plan to bend over and then hopefully he would see your thong and then pull you up and say, kiss me, baby. You're wearing a thong.
Yeah, like I at least like was expecting a kiss because like beyond that, like I don't think I was ready for anything else. But like
Yeah.
I wanted a kiss in that closet for sure.
Yeah. I'm just like trying to think of like other Patty flirts that you were probably doing at the time. Like, how did you approach the crush once you realized you had the crush? besides wearing a thong?
Okay, I was a hoverer. I was a hoverer because like I was looking at photos. I'm like, I'm always around my crush there. Like trying to probably like looking like thinking I look the cutest, you know, like standing, you know, like being like and talking to my friend and just being like,
but performatively, like, yeah, your face.
Like, oh my God. And just like try and make eye contact.
Yeah.
But like,
basically
like, oh
what
my
we
God,
do
he like
today.
gazed at me. He likes me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I wasn't like overtly like, hey, like I like you, you know, but I was definitely like
too scared.
I was, oh my God, yeah, I was so scared. And like with reason, they probably would have shut me down.
They were going to laugh at you, laugh in your face.
Yeah, because time has told me that that's what they will do.
Yeah.
Those are the three, I feel like my three big crushes.
Yeah.
But then it's so funny how life, like, I'm like, do I say anything?
Say whatever.
Well, I feel like I'm still like very close friends with like some girls that I went to school with. So actually, I think when you asked me, I was like at brunch or maybe it was just like shortly before or anyways, but I was like getting brunch with like two of my friends that like that went to St. Rose with me. And I was like, oh my God, like Rebecca asked me to be on her podcast. I'm like, do I like mention their names? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, bitch, I'm going to say it because like, I don't care. Like, you know, it doesn't really matter. But also like, I feel like because of social media, like a lot of people that, like a lot of my, like people that I follow that follow me are still people from elementary school. Like, I'm not necessarily like quote unquote friends with them, but like they are still like, I still see them all the time on social media.
Yeah. It's very strange.
And like, yeah, it's super strange. It's like some of these people I haven't seen since like 8th grade graduation.
Yeah.
Like literally, like I haven't seen the majority of like my class since 8th grade, but they're still like a topic of conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like,
we talk about Gabriel Garcia all the time. That is a weird thing to think about. Like, am I the insane person? Probably. Like nobody's talking about me. How do you feel like all of the like this collection? You know, this is one collection of Patty's crush history. How do you think they like played into, you know, your later feelings on relationships and the way you approach love?
I think like after high school, I feel like I had like a little renaissance where I'm like, I am like worthy, I am beautiful, because like, I mean, I was cute. I was a cute girl like in elementary school, but then I had, you know, like I was hairy. You know, like I was not like ideal, you know, but I was not ideal. I'm like, she was cute, and I feel bad that I was so like mean to myself, you know, like she's cute, but like, and then
it's like we had our awkward times, you know,
like like most people have their awkward times, you know, but like I feel like after like high school, I was like, oh, I'm like, wait a minute, like I am beautiful, you know, like I am worthy of men, whatever, of like the men that I want or whatever. I freaking love men. Like, what can I say?
What are your top 5 favorite things about men?
My top 5. What are my top 5 things about men?
Yeah. Well, okay. I know the things the physical. Okay. It's the hands and the V thing.
The hands and the V thing. God, no, a hand. Oof. I love a hand, like a nice, strong, veiny hand. It's not even the arm; it's just a hand that I like, and the forearm. Maybe, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you love about men?
I just like, I am. My whole life, I've been raised as a princess. Damn. Okay. Like, listen, I will work. I will like. I'm not like, oh, I'm a princess. Like, take care of me. Like, but actually, that's not true. Because like, you know, I'm a hard worker, and like, I don't know,
not like that. It's not princess.
I'm like independent, but like I know that like I deserve, like if I want to be like, if I want coffee in bed, I deserve
Give
coffee,
me coffee in bed, Nico.
Yeah, and he does. He's such a sweetie, and he brings me coffee in bed all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I've really played into to my to my authentic self with
and your authentic self is like, fetch me a coffee, please.
yeah, like, bring me a second beer. Thank you. But also, like, I love taking care. And the thing is, like, I also love taking care of someone. So, like, that's what I love about, like, being in a relationship is, like, I love to, like, nurture. And, like, you know, like, for me, that also gives me some sort of, like, joy. And, like, when I'm by myself, when I'm single and, like, independent, like, I really do feel like my most independent self. Like, I'm going to, like, conquer the world. I'm going to travel. I'm going to, like, do cool stuff. I'm going to work but, like, do like fun pop-ups and this and that.
Yeah.
And like I love that, but like I love being in a relationship. Like I really do.
Yeah.
You know, I think men are like very, I don't know, they're
sexy.
sex is good, you know. Like
Patty loves the sex.
do. And you know, I don't know.
Do you feel like I mean, I think you're like the princesa vibe, whatever. I'm sure has so much to do with like, yeah, how you grew up. Like there were just a lot of like, you had a lot of like support or whatever. And I do think I have thought a lot about like the maternal nature of like a lot of our relationships, like in our family, you know, it's not what my script is about, you know? And I think it's like, it's got to be something like to do with modeling, right? Like how our parents have modeled like certain forms of love, like to us and like how we pass it on. But I just like, I do think that's like such a common thread with us. But I think the thing is like for you, and I've kind of talked about it on the podcast before, it's like, you're not like, oh, a spoiled princess or whatever. You just know how to say yes to good things, you know? And I think like you haven't been imbued with whatever sense of like deservedness, like since you were young, that you're like, yeah, no, I should have this. And thank you, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I think when I was like, so I think I got a little sidetracked there, but like when you know, how like past these like little crushes, how they form me, like before I may have been like, ooh, like I'm not worthy. And then I like had a moment where I'm like, oh no, like this is like how it should be. And then, like as I've gotten older and have had like other like big relationships, I'm like, you know what? Like I'm always the one that's like giving, and which is good. You know, like I always want to be like, I want equal partnership in the relationship. But I'm like, also like, you know what? Like I also deserve to be treated the same way. And there's nothing wrong about that.
Yeah.
You know, it like I have moments where I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling really insecure right now. Like, do I deserve this? And I have to like really like look like within like myself and the relation, be like, okay, like, is this like an insecurity or is this like your gut feeling? Which I swear I have like this like little I think I'm a witch. No, I'm kidding. But
no,
like you know,
you do have
I have like sixth sense that I swear my mom has also.
Yeah.
You know, so I have to like really look back and be like, okay, you're just so insecure and that's it. And you need to like work on that. And like, cause you deserve all these things that you've like wanted.
Yeah.
You deserve it. So I feel like now I'm like owning up that, yeah, I have big moments of insecurities, acknowledging it, talking about it and being like, okay, that's that. But also like, this is what
they can like, both be true. Like you can move
exactly. Like I can be insecure, but I can also deserve.
Do you think the insecurities really does come from like these early moments?
I think so, because where else am I going to, I think I've thought about this so much.
Yeah.
You know, I started this like little like therapy thing. I'm like, no, I need someone to actually like tell me what's going on. Not just like look within yourself. Like, I know I'm looking within myself. I need you to look deeper for me. Like, help me. No,
help you know, me, please.
Yeah, please. No, but I
help
think
me, Howard.
Help me, Howard. Help me, Howard. Not everyone knows about Help Me, Howard.
I don't think everybody knows about Help Me, Howard. It's all right.
I think so because like my parents, my parents are both in their like second relationship. They've been together for like 32 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, so for me, like my model of like a good relationship, like is my parents, and they're still together. Like they're so sweet. Like I see them to this day, and they're still like so in love, and it's just so beautiful to watch. And like that's always been my example of like, okay, like I want what they have.
Yeah.
You know, and so I really think, and obviously like I have like other, like your mom, for example, like she's always like a second, like she is like a second mom to me. It's like, like her relationships, okay, they've been a little, you know, like
there have been versions of them. There have been different versions of them.
Like, do I get a little influenced by that? Maybe, I don't know, but like I don't really think about it like that. You know, I don't personally think that that's what affected me. I really think that the things that cause like such, you know, like insecurity or things that happen when you're like really, really young, and like I haven't had any like traumatic things. I'm like, ooh, like that's probably why you feel like this. Like, yeah, it's just like a series of like.
It's just so funny. You've had like truly such worse things happen in life, but those are not the ones that, I mean, they're traumatizing in their own ways, you know, but not
in their
the
own ways. It has nothing to do with love, though.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, like that's the thing I always talk about. Like, why is it that the fear of this is crazy, but for me, what's more scary is like getting cheated on. But like cancer, I can deal with that.
Right. I mean, like, I don't know. I've like dealt with like definitely way more extreme, harder things, you know, that would be scarier. But yeah, same thing. I'm just like, he's not texting me back. Wow, it's happening. Like
your spidey senses are tingling, and you know,
and they're fucking saying whatever. Like, well, because that's the thing. What we have in common is we both have like worst case scenario brain, and it's just like, why? But also, I mean, I don't know. Dylan and all his friends did laugh at you, and that is terrible. That is a worst case scenario.
It is. And it's like, that's when your brain, like when you're like, you know, it can, I've done some like little manifestation work and whatever, but they're like talking about how like, you know, when you're young and it can go up to like, I don't know how old, but like you're like kind of old, like already like preteens, like your brain is still like
very malleable.
Very. And it's so when you're being told that and it's something that like you're not pretty enough, like you're not smart enough, because at that time like I had no sense of discipline in school.
Yeah, you know, that was always a thing for you, right?
The whole thing, yeah. So like if I would have applied myself, I would have been a great student, but I didn't. And like that's something that always has like lingered on, you know, like until now. I'm like, okay, listen, if I apply myself, I can do it, whatever. But like, you know, I remember like Dylan and Gabriel, and probably Frank too, going to like their little honors class, and I'm like,
and feeling
what's so special about them, you know, where
you like I'm stupid.
Actually,
you
know,
so sad, because that doesn't mean literally anything.
I know, and like I think about like, wow, I mean, like I babysat so much, and like to see kids that were like my age is like, oh my god, they're like literal children, and it just, those things stick. So yeah, I really do believe that my experiences in middle school and elementary school have formed a lot of my current insecurities.
Yeah. How do we get rid of them? I mean, we're working on it. We're working on it.
You know, you have to like really see like your self-worth. It's like, hey, like, and how do you do that? Like one of my friends, she gave me such valuable, just like, she was like, you know what are you searching for in a person? And like, how can you give that to yourself? So you're not just looking at for that, like in a partner.
Right.
So you're not depending on whatever it is, you know, like if it's like, if you feel like, do they make you feel like hot, like smart? Like, how do you make yourself feel that way?
Yeah.
So you're not solely dependent on them. Like, you know what? I love that piece of info, like that little hot tip.
Yeah.
Like, because you don't want to be fully dependent on a partner to like give you the things that you're like looking for, you know?
Right. But it takes a while to figure that out.
Oh, totally. It's easier done, but it's like just knowing that's like, oh, okay. Like,
well, even for me, like, you know, this is my first long-term relationship, and like just realizing simple fact that like
2-year anniversary.
I know. Also, 100th episode 2-year anniversary. This is crazy talk. Time is flying. But But yeah, just like realizing, oh, boyfriend does not solve all problems. You know, that's crazy. In many ways, exacerbates some of the pre-existing conditions, you know, like, and of no fault of his own. Like, that's where I'm just like, I'm like, yeah, we are always bringing our crazy like to the table, and like, let's just be honest about like my new thing. My new thing is just being like, I'll be being crazy, you know, like, you know, like, I'm fucking, yeah. And then I'll get over it. I'll get past it. And now my new thing is just to be like, well, I was being crazy earlier, right? Like, I was crazy, right? Like when I cried about how I thought I looked like a boy, like,
oh no.
Because I just been seeing Noah in my face, my brother, like, honestly.
Okay, I was just there. And I was like, looking at him and I'm like, holy shit.
He looks exactly like me.
You don't look like him. He looks like you.
He looks like me. Yeah, exactly.
You came first,
he actually looks like a little girl. He looks like a 26-year-old girl, and I don't look like a 15-year-old boy.
So handsome.
No, he does look very cute.
And yeah,
it's my alternate universe. Me.
Yeah. Or tagging and whatnot.
Yeah. He's so cool. I love him.
But yeah, I mean, what's good is that when you're with someone and you can be your best self, but also that insecure self, because you learn so much, you know, like the amount of times that I feel like in past relationships, I'm like holding on to insecurities. And I'm like, I would like get a little bitchy, but not really say why. And I've definitely have caused so many problems in like past relationships because of that. Whereas now I'm like, no, this is how I feel and this is what I need. And that just like that openness is so helpful.
So do you think the root fear is like an infidelity or like an abandonment fear?
It's definitely an abandonment thing. Like I don't, but the thing is, it's weird because like I know that I will be okay. Well, that's one thing I have learned. Like, you know, like after like my first like
you've had a couple relationships, right?
And you're like, you know what? Has always been someone, whether it was like a year after or 4 years after, there was someone and they, you know,
that wasn't the last person who was ever going to love you.
Exactly.
If anything, we have a lot of love for Patty in the universe. No, but talking about like you being your best self, like, well, that's how I've always felt about you, you know, like, or that's what I realized when like one time when like a crush of mine didn't come to my fucking party and I knew you were going to be there and I was sad because I wanted him to see like us, you know?
Right. And we were so like, we really just like relax around each other and we really are just like our true like selves.
Well, that's what I realized. Like, I mean, there have been a few moments where I'm just like, oh my God, X and Patty are the same. Like, because there are certain things that it's just like it's the root of it is that like so much of my love for my boyfriend now comes from the fact that like I really can be myself and I'm like, who can I be this much of myself with? Like the only other person is like you, really, you know, where it's just like so relaxed, not having to put on any fucking show, like not being up and funny if I don't feel like being up and funny, being moody if I feel like being moody, just singing a dumb song, you know, like, and those are things that I really do. I feel like I've only ever really had with you. And like, there are so many little things about him that also feel so like familiar. And I realized they're all like stuff like you stuff like. Aww. And when we were living together, like there was a period of time for podcast listeners where like me and my boyfriend, like we were both living with Patty. I was living with Patty, and then I said, by the way, Patty, I have a boyfriend now, and he's here all the time.
Like our hot girl summer.
Yeah.
And she shows up for the first time ever with a boyfriend. I'm like, wait a minute. This is not part of the plan, but
I know.
okay.
We had never lived together and we were like, we should finally do it. We should just live together. It's gonna be so much fun. But then it was also like literally COVID. So but yeah, like there was a 6 months or whatever that like we were, you know, I was like, he's not living here, and he definitely was just kind of living there.
Right.
Yeah. But I remember like sitting on the couch and we're like watching True Blood, and like I'm sitting in the middle and like X is on one side and you're on the other side, and both of you have watched True Blood and you guys are like talking about True Blood and I haven't watched True Blood, and I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, this is literally heaven. I'm like, this is the best. Like just like the two people I love the most, and they are talking about some shit that I don't know about, and it's just like, it also just makes so much sense that both of you have seen True Blood. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain like crossover of reference that exists.
Such different people.
Very different people. But there's like, and I think what it is also is just like you both can be like have such a genuineness about you know yourselves, and like, and yeah, just like a sincerity, and what it is, it's like that cariñoso thing is like, you know, you're, and this is another thing, you know, and I don't have as many like really affectionate friendships, you know, but you and me, we're always like all over each other. Yeah. Well, this is literally like for my script, one of my fucking index cards is I have an index card that says cosquillitas with Patty to like back scratches with X pipeline, where it's just like there's something happened where it's like this translated into something different, where we would always give each other little back scratches in the fucking car, where I really like, we would really give each other cosquillitas for like 5 minutes. If we had a 5-minute car ride, it'd be like, oh yeah, head down. Who's going first?
We were going like a we're just going to Publix, like cosquitas. When we were going on a road trip, cosquitas. You know?
We love to be relaxed. But yeah, I mean, it's such just like one of those funny little things that I'm just like, yeah, I've always felt like you were my person, and like you are still my person, and he is also my person, but I kiss him, you know?
Well, I was just in Miami, and I ended up taking Nico to Gramps.
Gramps, our famous bar, where we didn't even get into like whatever insecurities that I had when you were in, like we were in high school going to the bars, and I'm like, damn, everybody loves Patty. Just like Patty hot girl time. I felt the same way
about you, because I was like, damn, she's so cool. Like,
we were just both stupid. Like,
yeah, we were both like, whatever like you were worried about, like I was worried about like the opposite, you know, like whatever. Right. Like there was always something that like
I wasn't hot enough, you weren't cool enough.
But like you were though. That's the thing, is that you were like hot and cool, you know, like
but you know, like we're just different. But that's the thing that's crazy, is that like we've never let that like get to us. Like, which is wild, you know.
I know.
Yeah.
But I was telling Nico, I was like, oh, I can't wait for like probably like Christmas when we're like all in Miami, and I can't wait to show you Miami like with Rebecca. Like we're gonna have so much fun together.
Yes. You know? It's gonna be amazing. Oh my God. I love you so much.
I love you.
Thank you for doing my 100th episode.
I'm like, I hope I didn't sound like a whirlwind, like a tornado, just like
no. But I do feel like we need to talk about music.
Yeah.
We have to talk about music real quick before we go.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about today? We talk about music that reminds us of our crush times. I know we have many songs, but do you have a pick?
Well, there's just like one song which I'm like, what year did this come out? But I'm okay. And like, I feel bad because it has Chris Brown in it.
I knew you were gonna say it. The fact of the matter is that I was like, this bitch is definitely going to choose No Air, obviously. And the funny thing is that No Air has been on this podcast like 3 times before. And like this first season like episode with Austin talked about No Air. I talked about, but listen,
Okay.
It never stops hitting. No, we can listen to it real quick. We can listen to it.
But it's just like, I can also, I mean, like,
because I'm going to play it and you tell me, let's talk about it. Because I've referred to us listening to No Air in the past. Oh, and Patty has a face of absolute passion.
It hits. I don't care.
It's
I don't
so
care.
good.
It hits always.
And I mean, this is the thing is, me and Patty were doing duets.
Karaoke,
down.
like, you know, like we were serenading each other always.
I'm here alone, don't wanna leave. My heart will move, the sing complete. Is there other way that I can make you understand? But how do you expect me to live alone with just me?
I just feel like I feel like I remember being like, you look like her, like Jordan Sparks or something. Like I feel like that we related specifically to Jordan Sparks and this song.
The thing is that I truly felt like without my crush, I could not.
You could not breathe. Me, how gonna be without me? It's no air, no air. You would do Jordan and I would do Chris, right? Or would we alternate?
Probably alternated like we did Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we talk about Moulin Rouge?
Okay, I also think that's the reason why I'm such a romantic is because of that movie.
I mean, because of little ditties like this one, and I'm just gonna life inside took my breath,
but I survived.
I don't know how even care. Okay, this informs
Love is a
you.
many splendid thing.
Love.
Lift us up where we belong. All you need is love.
Please don't start that again.
All you need is love.
A girl has got to eat.
All you need is love.
She'll end up on the street.
All you need is love.
Love is just a game.
I was made for loving you, baby. You were made.
I mean, this you definitely did. You did Nicole more often because I could never hit that high note at the end.
And neither could I, but you're like, she's gonna try it.
You were better. You have a higher range than me.
We actually did this in karaoke, like as an adult.
Yeah, we did. Right?
We did.
Yeah.
I think we did it at that karaoke bar in Miami, actually, or not. I don't know. I have this memory that we did.
No, we did it at Seven Seas, I think, and we were just like, guys, we're just gonna do this. Just bear with us.
Yeah,
or did we do your song?
That's
We might have done your song.
Oh, perhaps.
I can't survive without
Your sweet love, oh baby. Don't leave me this way.
Oh, this song is so good. I'm sorry.
It's beautiful.
I love it.
You think that people have had enough of
Silly love songs.
I look around and I see it isn't so.
Oh no.
oh
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Well, what's wrong with that? I'd like to know.
No.
'Cause here I go.
Love left us
Love makes us act like we are fools. Throw our lives away for
Uh-oh, here it comes.
happy day.
Just for one day.
You will be me,
No, I won't.
and I'll drink all the time.
We should be lovers.
We can't do that.
We should be lovers. And that's a fact.
Though nothing will keep us together.
We could steal time just for one day.
We could be heroes forever and ever.
She's sick.
How wonderful is now you're in
Yeah, it's possible that watching Moulin Rouge for a million times did impact us.
I love because of Moulin Rouge.
I mean, that is what we would do, is just sing Moulin Rouge at each other. That probably definitely made us insane.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched that movie so many times. I still cry every single time. I'm about to make Nico watch it so that I want to watch it.
Yeah, you gotta. That was big. Was a big moment. Was there any other song you wanted to talk about?
Well, it's just like, I feel like okay, so like No Air like really captures like the essence of how I felt, that I literally was like, I'm gonna die without you, you know? But then I was like in this moment where I'm like, I love like whatever was like on the radio. I'm like, I was so tacky. I wasn't like listening to like you literally were like, listening to like old music and like so cool, so ahead of your time.
Yeah, sounds a loser.
Yeah, but like
I'm Patty, here, like, you knew Lady Gaga before everybody else did. So
that's true. Okay, I'm an OG fan.
She's an OG Lady Gaga fan.
I am. But I feel like another song, and I actually recently heard this at Natalie, who is also my niece. Mm-hmm. She just turned 24. I was at her birthday, and this song came up, and I was like, oh my God, talk about transport of time. Literally taken back to one of those like grinding trains. Mm-hmm. Whatever You Like by T.I. And it's not about a romance thing. It's about like how it really just captures. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, like I can get like these boys can give me whatever I like, you know?
These boys can give me whatever I like. You're
none
like,
of them
T.I. is speaking my language.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm a child, I can't drink.
Literally never had a drink of alcohol at this point in my life.
No. Yeah.
Not having sex.
You can go wherever you like.
I love it.
Anytime you want to pick up the telephone, you know it ain't nothing to drop a couple
That's a Patty move. That's a Patty move right there. You guys gotta watch it to see it. It's a little finger action, a little face. It's got a little face and a little sway.
It really is. I do it all the time. Like, I'll do it slow.
Yeah. No, I mean the other Patty is like, can I do it like? It's a double hand. Like, you can go.
You can be sitting down and you're vibing.
Yeah. Oh my God, Patty. This has been the best ever.
Oh, this is so fun.
I know. I miss you so much. I love you so much. I'm so excited for people to hear you after all this time.
I know. I'm like, is she ever going to invite me? But
I was waiting for the 100th, you know, and then I didn't do it for so long.
This is so fun. You are so amazing. And I can't wait to see you one day. I feel like you need to listen to your mom, because I swear you should have your own TV show.
Okay, but that's the thing. I don't even disagree anymore. I just can't make this TV show appear. Listen, if you're listening and want to turn Classroom Crush into a TV show, fucking hit me up. Like, I'm here. I'm chilling.
No, because I started watching, what's that show called? Like Everything's Trash by Phoebe Robinson, which, you know, I love her. I think she's so funny.
Yeah.
Her podcast, Two Dope Queens, like, is so like hilarious. And I think she's just really, really hilarious.
Yeah.
But I started watching her show. I was like, oh my God, Rebecca like deserves to have her show like this. Like, this is and like,
thank you for believing in me.
So let's make this happen. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're doing your thing now. You are focused and your energy's in the right place.
I'm hustling. I'm doing something. Let me tell you that. We'll find out if they're the right things, but I'm doing stuff. But this is not about me. This is about you, because it's your episode. And what do you want to plug anything?
Yes, because
do it.
It's just my Instagram. I don't really have anything else.
Your Instagram's fantastic.
I'm posting about food. I'm going to start focusing on more independent stuff like pop-ups and more recipes and stuff like that. So stay tuned, because she hasn't gotten started, but she will.
She will. Drop the Instagram, because you have too many. I can't say one.
It's just the one. I'm going to drop one Instagram handle here, and it's the one that I feel like, this
just follow all of them.
Yeah.
If you find them.
No, I'm just kidding. It's at sofrito y salsa, and I'll spell that out.
Yeah,
it's
for the gringos in the chat.
Yeah, just in case. It's SOFRITOY salsa.
Boom.
Salsa, you guys get chips and salsa, or salsa like as in the dance.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where I need to focus, but I'm,
follow Patty at Sofrito y Salsa.
And one day I will be doing a pop-up at a near city, or a city near you.
And you can follow Classroom Crush on Twitter at Classroom Crush. You can follow Almond Milk Hotel, and you can have whatever you like, including video episodes of my podcast and bonus episodes on the Patreon.
Yes.
For my 100th episode, you can throw me whatever you got. You could throw me a fucking TV show. Why not? This is the prime time to get in on it.
Now or never, baby.
Now or never. Patty said so. And Patty's the queen and the princess at the same time. This has been so much fun. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Bye.
For having me.
Of course.
Couple stacks on you, want it, you can get it, my dear. $5 million home drop business, I swear. Yeah, I want your body,
need your body.
You got me, you won't need nobody. You want it, I gotta go get it.
Oh